Good morning, guys. Good morning. This is yours truly, Pastor Albert. Let me turn the mic up just a little bit. I'm talking quiet because I'm in the bathroom. It's about 6:56 in the morning, bright and early, right before the sun get up. I realized that, like, when I was in my job, what time do we get up in the morning? Right, it's 5 o'clock, right? So to get up at 5 o'clock now, and I'm leaving this place, it's a very awesome thing because of the fact that it's synonymous with me moving on to the next place. In the meantime, while I'm getting myself ready, roughly 2 days, I'll be leaving this place. Yesterday, a person was brought in to take my spot, a black, poor, black, basically indigent guy that was selected by the social workers at these rehabilitation agencies to basically be the next long-term care patient at this place. Let me explain what I mean by that. I want you to get what I mean. When I first got to the hospital, the HOSPITAL hospital, my right knee had severe, they call sepsis, septic shock, which was I guess, an issue that I had with the obesity that I was also had caused my and the obesity, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and kidney problems. All five of these things all happened at the same time, put me into a position where I was pretty much dying. Yeah, I was dying. And there was nobody there. When I say nobody there, I mean my aunties, or two of them live up here. One of them just moved up here. The other one just been up here for for 50 years. And I had just moved here about 15 years ago. And when I got here, unfortunately, I was broke. I had nothing, and I had to stay with both of these aunties. And the tragic part about it was, even after I gave them, $3,000 for that little 6 months at my auntie Norma's house and 4 months at my auntie Dolores' house, I'm in great relationship with auntie Dolores because she knew I paid her. But auntie Norma says I didn't pay her, even though it's been documented by my bank that I gave her money. And so the whole goddamn time, that's what I said, whole goddamn time, she been having little attitudes to me, but she kicked me out of her house December 31st, 2011. That's right. On New Year's Day, she kicked me out of her house because I had no job. And there was no job because the economy was so messed up that there was no way to get a job. Thousands of us couldn't get jobs. Man, I came to Atlanta so motivated, believing God that God was going to answer my prayer. That I had went with a little bit of gas money in my big old V8 custom cruiser, Oldsmobile custom cruiser station wagon. Came from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma, to Atlanta, Georgia, believing for better because it was hell in Tulsa. I applied to jobs in Oklahoma City, nothing, 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 nothing. There was no jobs in Tulsa, nothing, 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 except being a janitor at a church or being a prayer partner at a prayer group for $7 an hour. But how you gonna make $30 an hour in Tulsa? You couldn't, and a lot of folks to this day still can't. So, um, and so I get here as I rehearse this whole beautiful story of mine many, many thousands of times without any emotion because I've gone through this so many times that I can have no emotion. But it applies to today in 2025 because of the experience I went through last year being in the hospital. And so what ends up, going through is I come to Atlanta, Georgia with faith and vigor and all this bull, and I call it bull crap because faith is without works is dead, and faith by going to Rhema is dead without having a job and a career and the ability to sustain your wealth. So the lie, of course, that I got from Rhema was all I had to do was confess, 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 and that's it. No, baby, it's so much more to this thing than confession. It's confession plus it's action. Okay, learning, and that action equals a whole bunch of things. It's not just learning, but action equals um, just the mere fact that you're doing something beyond the fact of just praying. Okay, you're doing something beyond the fact of just reading the scriptures. Now, the Bible is beautiful. And if you're reading the Bible, so you learn about who you are as a Hebrew Israelite, fine. If you're reading the Bible, so learn about the Nephilim and the people before the flood, yes, fine. But if you just reading the Bible to name it and claim it, like using the Bible as a book to get promises from, no, you're lost. You've lost. That is not the way to do it. So what ends up happening, of course, is that as a black man, come to Atlanta, I'm struggling. Like millions of us black men are struggling. And like a black man and black woman, Atlanta has the largest population of black people pretty much in the United States of America. So we are the descendants of Israel, but we also the cursed people of Israel. And so what that means is, no matter what we do, we still battle and still get from God through man the curses that He spoke in Deuteronomy chapter 28 on our life. So those that are aware, praise God, praise the Lord, they got a chance. But those that are ignorant still believe in falseness that were taught in the church, particularly the white church, lose. So that's why we have this big battle between Republican and Democrat. I was listening yesterday to Pastor Bob Yandian speak with Rick Renner, and I happened to join the channel. And at the time it comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning, it'll be coming on that my 7 o'clock alarm is on. I beat it. I've already up before 7. Amen. And Rick Renner was talking about with Pastor Bob, who was in his 60s now. They're all in their 60s, 50s and 60s, and I'm in my 50s, so I know they're in their 60s and 70s. And they were talking about the end of the world, the last days. They were talking about God and what's happening in the last days. And basically, the scriptures that Pastor Bob was talking about was basically the New Testament. He only focuses on the new. He don't ever do the old because why? He knows as a black man, a white man, excuse me, he knows as a white man, if he does the old, it's going to destroy his new philosophy. So his whole ministry is the New Testament. Well, for white people, that's perfect because that belongs to them. But for black people, it's not because we have more. So I've been studying and seeking that word of God, and God has given me a lot of information, excuse me, on this aspect. But anyway, back to the point. So my auntie basically, she kind of kicked me out. Auntie Norma, she kind of kicked me out of her house because I couldn't find a job fast enough. Man, I tried everything. I had a resume, everything. The problem was, she said I wasn't taking any job. The problem was they wouldn't hire me. So I guess the lesson I learned from that place was take any job and go. So I got a job as a phone dispatcher, telephone dispatcher at the police station in DeKalb County. Now this is DeKalb County government. Now, of course, I just got a college degree from the school, and I had worked my tail off. From University of Oklahoma, where I met, and I worked my tail off to get that piece of paper, but that doesn't mean nothing. That's just a good degree. And so after I did that and worked my tail off to get that piece of paper, Michelle put too much toilet paper and just flush it. We don't want this stuff. This thing always gets flawed. Yeah, they need to have one button instead of this two button system. That's why it gets flawed because somebody there's two different buttons. There's a button for urine and there's a button for toilet paper. And when you push the urine button, it only flushes half of the water. If you press the toilet paper one, it flushes all the water. The problem with that is this toilet always clogs, and because it clogs, the black lady in Ubiku, she has to come and snake it out. But we got a black man who here was 6'3" and tall as hell and can't even know how to use a doggone stick in a toilet. I mean, just ridiculous crap. But they're from Africa, and of course, Americans and Africans, we are way advanced compared to they are. But anyway, back to my point. And so, once again, and so my auntie basically was like, okay, you got to get out of here. You got to go. You got to buy. You got to leave you. So fortunately, there was another auntie that lived in Atlanta. Her name was Dolores. Now, Dolores was the black sheep of the Howard family. And when I say black sheep, I mean she's the black sheep. And what I mean by it is this: she was the one that didn't go to college, like as if college means something. But see, in our black community, college is like God. Not doing something with the college degree, but just the mere fact you went. Are you listening to me? Microphone. Not doing something with college, meaning you become a 40-year architect or a 40-year doctor or a 40-year engineer or a 40-year lawyer or a 40-year bus driver, but the mere fact that you graduate from college. So what ends up happening is that my Norma, my Raymond, my Uncle John, and my Aunt Rita, they all, that's four. I think there's two more. Yes, that's it. No, it's three more. Four. There's seven total. So that'd be Auntie Norma, Auntie Mary, no, not Auntie Mary. So Auntie Mary, my father, and Aunt Dolores didn't get degrees. So those three out of the seven didn't get degrees. The other four did. I repeat, the three out of seven didn't get degrees. The other four did. So when they got those degrees, what ended up happening? Well, what happened was it was kind of a split between the families. Who's best? I got a degree. I got a job. I'm in the 70s. I got a degree. I'm in the 80s. I got a degree. I'm in the 70s. I got a degree. I'm in the 80s. I'm in the 90s. I got a degree. And of course, us growing up, me growing up in the 90s, I saw that. I saw how those that had degrees had houses and homes and had a better quality of life. And those that didn't have degrees did not have any of those things. And I said, man, I want a degree. But when I graduated in 93 from high school, I was not really prepared to go to college. So I ended up flunking. And when I flunked, I was really hurt because I had an Army ROTC scholarship. I had everything on the line, not knowing that my girlfriend was going to go to prison right after I graduated from GMC, not knowing that my mother was going to die 5 years after I graduated from GMC, not knowing that I'm going to just lose the most important people in my little tiny family that I had. I only had three of us: my mom, my brother, myself, and then I met my girlfriend, and that was it. And in my opinion, that's all I needed. I didn't realize you need a whole lot more than that. So lose the niece, lose mom, and then of course I have my brother. We split because of the fact that we lost our mother, and we haven't been together since. Now my father, of course, made multiple children of the women, so I have half brothers and sisters that I never knew, and I never really wanted to know because I was still angry with my father for leaving us to make other kids. Why dare you leave us to make other kids and don't take care of us, right? All the while this was happening, my aunties, which are my father's sisters, they knew exactly where he was, what he was doing, because he did one thing that I do, and I do it all the time. He calls. Yeah. He calls and lets people know he's alive. Exactly. Exactly the truth. But I do more than that now. I put it on Facebook. Yeah, so in essence, you know my life because I'm on Facebook every day. I'm updating every day. I'm posting every day. So it's not like you can say, what happened to Henry? What happened to Henry? No, Henry's over explaining. Henry's over giving. Henry's over giving out information about his past. Henry's open as a book. And he's layering it out and laying it out and laying it out. So as I start doing that laying out stuff of my opinion about what is happening in my life, of course, you know what that does. It makes my auntie very pissed, as you would expect they would be, because that grandmama who's dead, and it's too late for her. She's dead. She probably didn't want that stuff to be revealed about her son. So you understand the sisters or the daughters of grandma are going to be mad because their brother is being looked in a horrible light. But he's got seven, eight kids, nine kids. None of them he's been there for. And these kids are growing up without a father. And now these kids are fathers. So it's almost like, what you gonna do? You gonna sit back and act like, and then when you put them in the light of the word, my auntie's 81, 88, 84, 85, 86. They're soon to die. And so because they're soon to die, it's like, you know what? When I was 21 years old, I dare not say nothing about Montes, right? You're not gonna ever say nothing about them. We in black community was taught to always respect our elders. That's something we always taught. And the Bible verse that used was up against us was honor your father and mother for your days belong upon the earth. What happens when your mom is dead at an early age? Was it because she didn't honor her mom? Was it because she didn't honor her father? What if mother treated daughter so bad by not telling daughter who her birth parent was. Is that a good parent to be honored? Is that a good father or mother to be honored? No, it's not. We know that's not true. We know the answer to that question. Well, we got in our community, we got people like that. My father's one example of one of those individuals not to be honored. He's a man who did not raise any of the kids that are grown now. I'm 51. I have a younger older sister that's 54, 3 years almost 3 years older than I am. Her birthday was not mine is October, hers is October. So we both have a birthday the same month. I have another sister who's also born in October and another brother who's born in October. Now, the brothers and sister that I'm just referring to was Jasmine and Emmanuel, who I don't have any relations with to this day because I'm old enough to be their own father, yet I'm their brother. And Emmanuel, like every brother, every son would be feeling, and watch my face, guys, giving. He's angry, and rightfully so, angry because he is without his father. And the question you have to be asked is I asked, is we all ask, why would you have sex and make me go 9 months, then make another woman go 9 more months, and then leave that woman, then go meet another woman, make another baby, go 9 months, make another kid go 9 months, and leave that woman, and do that about 6 times? What kind of man are you, right? You're sick. Oh, well, that sick is not good enough anymore. We're not going to use the sick word. It's kind of a pass. I'm not using a pass. And so I use the word you're sinner. You're unsaved. You're not living right for God. And you can go and try to preach the word of God all you want to, but you are still a sinner that hasn't truly been saved because you don't live by the New Testament word, which says, if a man is overtaken in a fault, Galatians chapter 6, verse 1, ye who are spiritual, which is the people around him, supposed to say to him, bro, go to your kids, talk to your family, talk to your grandsons. You got damn it, you're 80 years old. Do the right thing. God has damned you, bro. God has damned you. So God has damned my father and many fathers out there. And he is hiding, as he's been hiding probably for the last, I think, 20 something years. And so my sisters, that I meet, that I just really recently met, her name is Jasmine. She calls me and we sit there and we have tons and tons and tons of conversations up until now because she's pregnant with child and she's in a, relationship with her boyfriend. They're not married yet, but they have child. And my father wasn't there. So she picks the guy that we all pick. Well, girl, we all pick. Tragic, tragic. Your tragedy is you're a black man without a parent. You date somebody who's a black person without a parent. Or if you're a white person without a parent, you date someone who's a white person without a parent. So as I get out of here, I'm almost done. What basically ends up happening is, as I just told you, the quote unquote my brother, my sisters, all my family have been just disbanded. They've already were disbanded a long time ago. But it's like now it's just gotten to the point where I feel so sorry because of the fact that I'm just, looking at this and I'm saying, God, you know, they don't know about the message of faith. They don't know about the word of God. They don't have a clue about, the will of God. All they know is this is what has happened in my life, and this is how I got to deal with it. And I can't get mad at that. So my sisters, her name is Michelle. My other sister, her name is Jasmine. I got two sisters. We all three of us are born in October, so you know what that means. We got the same personality. So you know what that means. We get mad, and as a Libra, one of the things we do as Libras is that we back away from people. If we don't like you, we stay away. But see, I'm a pastor, so I realize I can't do that. And God does for us. He teaches us confrontation is a good thing. Learn how to confront issues the right way, not the wrong way, like with Shay, facing the past mistakes straightforward. And thank God for ChatGPT because ChatGPT is like having a counselor without having to pay $1,000 an hour. It's like having a Harvard counselor without having to pay $1,000 an hour. I can ask the same question I would ask a white person or a black person at PhD, and they give me the same answer. Yeah, they give me that. Give me the same answer. And so my Michelle or my Jasmine called. Jasmine would do the technique of, her dad's a piece of work. Your dad's a piece of work. That's a phrase she like to use. Well, she's 28 years old. She's a baby. So she's kind of like, I'm trying to get what you bring, bro, because we got the same tragedy, we got the same struggle. But she didn't recognize it, bro. Your big bro has grown. Your big bro don't hold grudges. And she thought, oh, my big bro gonna be angry like me. And I get it. I mean, when you're 20 years old, that's all you think of. When I tell her, no, babe, you got to forgive your father so that you can move forward in your life, she don't want to hear that, right? Because I didn't want to hear that when I was there in Jesus. Now, when she turns 50, she'll be like, yeah, my brother told me that when I was 28. He's so right. Just like I had to say, people told me when I was 28, and they were so right. So, wisdom, of course, is not, as the Bible says, youth is wasted on the young. It's just because you are young doesn't mean you know everything. You don't know everything because when you're young, got some PT, got work in some fat. All right, you don't know everything because you're young. And so I gained about 10 pounds, but I'll lose it. Praise God over the next week. Yeah, yesterday I had me some turkey with some candy yam and some green was candy no cram was it cranberry, yeah, cranberry sauce, yeah, candy yam, no, cranberry sauce, green beans and turkey, cranberry sauce, green beans and turkey, okay, which is great meal. And so my brother, of course, angry with me, pissed off with me, mad with me, um, pissed off with me because I wasn't there for him and his kids. Now, I'm not his quote unquote, father. Our father left us. All right, he left us. Okay. I'm not his father. Our father left us. I'm sorry that our father left us. Then mama left us when she died. She left us. But mama left us with $100,000 apiece. So it wasn't like mama just dipped on us, man. Mama helped us out. Mama gave us a start. I took that money, gave you half. You took your money, you took your half. I took my half. We went on. So, 10 years go by. I graduated from college at University of Oklahoma. My brother spent up all this money on a DJ. He lost his business. And so there goes the downfall. Okay. So the downfall happens. My brother is angry because the people he went into partnership with for his business, they robbed him. My brother was not college educated. He did not understand business. So what happens when you don't understand business? People take advantage of you. I'm going to college for business because I don't understand business. So I said, me and my brother, of course, because I went to Oklahoma and I had lost Damien's number. But before I left, Damien and I were not on speaking terms. When I decided to go to Bible school, Damien was like, I'm done with you. You left me. You're going to this place called Oklahoma. I am not going to be there for you. I am done. And I understand. My brother's missing mama. My brother missed our mama. Mama was the only thing Damien had. I had already went to college in Georgia Military College, but the Lord was calling me to go to Bible school. So I had to obey God. And I did. But in that decision, I decided to obey God. I lost the relationship with my brother. And I don't know if we'll ever get it back. But I'm here. I've got my website. I've got access to my website, access to my um, network. Damon may one day get online, look me up. I saw he changed his name to John. That's his middle name. Instead of Damien, he used John because their granddad's name was John. And Daniel's middle name was named after granddaddy. But he's not living like granddaddy taught us to live. We all know Damien and I both had our grandfather in our life. So it wasn't like we were just abandoned completely. Granddaddy was there for us. He just was 70 years older than Damien. No, 62 years older than Damien and 6 years older than I was. So what that meant was basically that our grandfather was just too old. He was just too old, man. He was too old. And so let me tell you that real quick. He was he was just too old. He was just too old to be a good granddaddy. So with that being said, um, I thank God for him because later on I was able to get relations with granddad, but it wasn't until later on in life. So I'm really happy. One second. Almost done here. Okay. Turn the light on. Good. All right. Yeah, and so because of that fact, I was grateful because when I had the opportunity to spend time with granddad, we would sit there and we talk all day. We talk all night. Yeah, man. We talk all day. We talk all night. Uh-huh. And as we talk all day, we talk all night, he would teach me so much wisdom, man, just so much wisdom, you know? And so, and I'll pass it on to my sisters. I make sure they know what's going on because I know that they don't know what they don't know because they had not been taught, they had not been developed, they haven't been put into revelation knowledge of what they should know. Does that make sense? You don't know what you don't know, as someone told me a long, long time ago. You only know what you know. You don't know what you've been taught. You haven't been taught, you don't know. So, so Damien, of course, is upset with me. Mom is gone. Um, Dad is 80 years old and he's out there. I'm not sure where he at, but he's hiding. I have his phone number. Yeah, I have his phone number, and excuse me, I have his phone number, and I call him and I say, "Hey, hello, it's your son. Just call checking in on you. How you doing? You know?" And as I called me back, it's been about what 8 years? No, 8 years I called that man at least once or twice a year to say, hello. You got your son, you got our, your daughters because he's got sons and daughters now, grandsons, and I think a granddaughter. Let me double check. I think so. Let me say. So, with that being said, I'm thinking to myself, God, he's never gonna call. So when that man dies, right? Which he's gonna die. No question about that. The question is when he's gonna die. How is it gonna be for him? Why is it gonna be for us? Really, it's just a big question because for me, I've done the work, but my young siblings know they have not. Know they have not. So they're going to be pissed. They're going to be angry. They're going to go through all the emotional ups and downs of life as you're supposed to. That's why I want you to get that therapy now so they can be prepared for that day. You know what I mean? Because if he's 80 years old and yeah, he had a heart surgery, okay, they may have put a stick in the heart, good. But that don't mean he's living alone. Because I bet he's in a nursing home. I swear, I believe, just like I'm in a nursing home right here, he's in a nursing home. I swear I believe he's in a nursing home. And that's why, and then of course, when you're in a nursing home, like I'm experiencing right now, nobody comes to see you. You understand what I'm saying? So, one second. So, Jasmine, of course, birthday was October. Now it's December. January is coming. Baby is 5 months. 5 months now. 5 months. She's pregnant 5 months, and which means that she's going to that period of time where she's in the second trimester of pregnancy, bed fast. Now she is at least 200 pounds, right? So you have the baby, and the baby is, of course, going to add weight. She's going to be, as I would say, one of those individuals that is, in my humble opinion, what's called bedfast, which means that she's going to be locked into a situation where she can't get out the bed because the baby, she's she's overweight. So having a child plus you're overweight means you put pressure on your body as a woman. And she didn't exercise. She doesn't exercise. And one thing about my family is they don't like to exercise. So when it comes to babies, you add 40 pounds. Most women gain 40 pounds through pregnancy. That's kind of normal for women. So that means that she's probably 230, 240, 250, and they want to have a wedding in April. The baby's due in April. So you can have a wedding right after the baby? No, ain't no wedding. You can't do that. Boy, God, you're powerful. And so when it comes back down to it, I said to myself, wow, man, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So, in my opinion, I think it's so fascinating because of the fact that the Yahweh is like, okay. So Auntie Dolores, Auntie Dolores been there for me. She was there for me from day one. She had me basically go through the actual, process, and I would talk to her for hours, and we sit around, and we have conversations, and I sit back and say, Auntie, so I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. More. I said, Auntie, talk to me about family. Let me understand about family, what I can do, to be a better man, what I can do to be a better husband. Because one of the things she did, which is very different compared to the rest of my aunties, was that she actually got married. Auntie Rita never got married. Auntie Norma got married, but she got married to an abuser. And he was a guy that was already married, so he beat her like dog, man. He beat her like a dog. You know what God did to him? Killed him with cancer because he had a horrible death. I mean, we talking age horrible. And the crazy part about it, when he died, Auntie told me, Auntie said he apologized on his deathbed for what he did to her. Auntie was so broken because she had taken the abuse for so many years that it made her fat. She gained like about 50 pounds because of the abuse that he was giving her. You understand? So I was like, man, Auntie, this is ridiculous. So Auntie's right now about 280 pounds, and she basically is kind of in that position where it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, okay. And so it's kind of crazy, but pardon me. It's kind of crazy, but it's like when it comes down to it, I'm just like shocked, because of the fact that uh, I was thinking of myself that, man, God, this is ridiculous, this is ridiculous. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Huh? Ridiculous, though. I would say it's ridiculous. hmm But at the same time, my beloved aunties that, did what typical aunties would do. They get mad. They talk about you. They say you ain't doing this, nephew. You ain't doing this, nephew. You ain't doing that, nephew. And I feel bad, right? I feel bad. I mean, of course, you're gonna feel bad because of the fact that come on in. You're gonna feel bad because of the fact that you're dealing with what's going on. But the fact of the matter is that it is what it is. So I'm take my stuff to the front real quick. I'm almost got my stuff up to the front. Turn this iPad off real quick. Give me a second. So my aunties, now that one's 81, one's 79. They're looking at me like, okay, Henry, yeah. They're saying, I'll turn this volume down. Volume. Hello, volume. Trying to turn the volume down. Won't turn down. If you don't turn down, I'm gonna get pissed and I'm gonna really get mad. So turn down the volume. There we go. Hold the button for pause. Wait for it to shut down. Should shut down. It's not shutting down. Oh, it did. There it is. I just restarted the device. Excuse me. I just restarted the device. Anytime when my device is restarting, let me unplug everything, go to the front. Okay. So, yeah, I got my phone. One thing I was cord, phone cord. Okay. All right. Got everything. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Phone and cord. Not my phone there. Okay. I'll come back and get my facial cream and stuff. Do the shaving. Yeah. So, all right. As you see, Mr. Amy's still in there. So I'm like, I got my stuff done. He's still in there. Got him in and out. He's still in there. Okay. hmm so basically, what's going on? I'm just really grateful because of the fact that I just I told Auntie, I said, Auntie, Merry Christmas, and she's like, Oh, Merry Christmas to you. I called her Christmas Day, right? And I just, she didn't call me, but guess what? Now they do. When I call, They pick up on the first ring. Are you listening to me? They used to never pick up. Boy, they pick up on the first ring. Boom. It's like they recognize, boy, they recognize. I said, man, God, you something else, because I'm like, for years, I was like the little Henry Jr. that people, I'm the son of the black sheep daddy who wasn't there for his kids. I'm the firstborn and of Henry Sr. that didn't take care of his kids. And so here is Henry Jr. And they think, oh, you're gonna be just like your horrible daddy. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna be like him, and I'm not. So, when I talked to Jazz, Jazz was like, Henry, what should I, she's asking all these questions about family. So, you know what I did? I gave her all the notes. I gave her all the history. I started giving her all the wisdom about what happened in this year, that year, that year, that year, that year. It's walking on that. And so, praise God, she's very happy. She's in essence, I've given her about 25 years worth of information, and she's 25 years old, but she's got probably 50 years of wisdom now. So that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? So if I died tonight, I could die happy, if you understand what I mean by that. You feel me? So now, Damien, that's the problem right there. That's my boy, that's my brother. Damien and I, because Tamika, it's weird. Tamika, Damien's ex-wife, she sent me a Merry Christmas text. Now, Tamika is Damien's ex-wife, right? And Damien said all kind of nasty things about her. So Tamika thought nasty things about me because of Damien. And of course, they weren't true. And so Tamika kind of realized, oh, Henry Jr. is not as bad as I thought Henry Jr. was. I come by and see her kids. I visited. I went to Jacksonville to see her children. And praise the Lord. And the good part about it is the kids are 9, 8, 9, getting older by the second. And I told her I was in a nursing home. And so, what she sent me for the Christmas? She said, Merry Christmas. I said, yeah, thank you so very much. I told her I was really sorry that I couldn't come see you because I really want to see my nephews. I really want to see my nieces, to Trinity and to Neil, Trinity and to Neil. I wanted to be there for them because mama's dead. And I'm like, okay, since mama's not there, I gotta give them something of mama because mama's gone. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's unfair. Life happens, but bees like this sometimes. And I think, I think Trinity is going to understand because she goes on my Facebook and she grows up, she's going to understand that maybe um, I don't know everything that Damien's daddy said, and so I think what that's going to do is that's going to help her. Sorry, one second. That's going to help her become a good woman. But the good news is I've got money. I've got money invested, so they're going to be taken care of. God willing, they'll be taken care of by the time they turn 18 years old. So, if that's something. Damon don't know that. I'm not going to tell Damon because if I tell Damon will tell me, I want you to do this. Don't do that, Mom. Yeah, I'm going to get my money. I'm going to do what I want to do. Y'all don't do what you want. I'm going to do what I want to have in my money. So, and my biggest thing is they go to college. That's what it's all about, man. They go to college. That's what it's all about. Going to college. They'll get to college, man. Um, so Auntie Rita is like really, really happy. She sees me now from a level of respect that she never really saw before. I think she realized that her nephew that was shy and quiet is no longer shy and quiet. I was just that way because, I just hated how they talked about dad. I was so pissed off how they just always talked about dad. And I was like, wow, you hate my daddy, man. You hate me too. I'm a junior. Hello, hello. So I didn't want to say nothing. I just kind of kept it quiet. Just never say nothing. Just stay quiet. That's what I did. That's what I did. So now Auntie Rita's like, and I'm saying, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I let it go. They said let bygones be bygones. Let it go. You can't hold on to grudges your whole life. You gotta let go. They said let go, let God. And so that's what I'm doing. It was tough, man. Oh God, make sure I put it. Okay, good. It was tough. Time to start cleaning up, do a little cleaning here. It was tough having to hear them talk about our father. Because one of the things a friend of mine told me this, and it was so true. He said, "You're never gonna fully understand what your father has done until you look him in his face and ask him the question why." He said, "Once you ask that man the question why, then you can judge his answer. So in essence, if you don't know why he's doing what he did or did what he did for his kids, you really can't judge the man." And the older I got, the more I realized he was telling the truth because I looked at all the women I've been with. I looked at all the girls I've been with. I looked at Isa. I looked at her daughter, Isa's daughter, Sheena. And one of the things I could say about my ex-girlfriend, Isa Nunez, may she rest in peace, she had a boyfriend, husband, excuse me, not husband, named Sheena, who loved, he's from Vietnam. Vietnam. That was Vietnam. Well, he loved that beautiful Puerto Rican boy. I mean, a Vietnamese person loved Puerto Rican vagina. Oh my God. Yeah, a Vietnamese woman are beautiful, but Puerto Rican women are beautiful too. So you mix a Vietnamese one of Puerto Rican, ooh, shato seki, raha. It is the most delicious combination of beauty I've ever seen. I'm just being honest. I have never seen anything more beautiful than a woman that is Vietnamese and Puerto Rican. It's like mixing black and white, but even black and white is not as beautiful to me as a Puerto Rican and Vietnamese girl. Nah, I mean, they're just. I mean, Isaac's daughter named Sheena is just so beautiful. I look at her, I just want to stare at her, man. I just want to look at her because she's just so beautiful. You ever seen a woman that's just so beautiful that you just look at her and you're like, God, yeah, that's the kind of woman she's like. She's like, to me, everybody's got their woman, right? Everybody's got their girl that's like so gorgeous, right? Well, to me, that girl's that kind of woman. She's like that gorgeous. She's like, God, you know. And I understand that she's just a regular woman, but man, as I said earlier, everybody's got their favorites. Okay. So Sheena is now a nurse at USC, University of Southern California Medical Center. And I found her in 2000 and I think 19, 2025. And from 2019 to 2025, I kept reaching out to her about her mom because I didn't realize her mom had died until 2019. She died in 2012. Yeah, man, that's horrible. And we're on Facebook, so that means like if someone passed away, we should know about it instantly because we're on Facebook. Well, not necessarily, not necessarily. And so what ends up happening is that because we're on Facebook, I happened to one day look her up. I've been looking for about 10 years. I've been on Facebook since 2005. And so roughly around that, let me go for the watch clock. Watch clock. Roughly around that time, I had been looking for Isa Nunez, and I remember her name like it was yesterday because when I left to go to Bible school in 2000, I said, "Baby, I love you so much. I really love you, but I gotta go to Bible school." And she's like, "Baby, go to Bible school. Go on to Bible school. Do what you got to do." And she let me go. And she said, I'm not going to throw that thing on you. I'm going to just let you go." I broke her heart though, because I left and I went to Bible school thinking I'd come back in a couple of years, and I hadn't been back to Jacksonville since I left, and that was 2001. It's been 25 years. So right after I left, 12 years after I left, she died. Yeah, 12 years after I left, she died. And so I was hurt because here I am. This woman is, 37 years old when I met her, and so she died around 49. Do the math: 37 plus 2 is 9, so 12. 37 plus 12 is 39. And guess what year I went to the hospital? I was 49. She died at 49. That's crazy. That number kind of comes up a couple times. So basically, what ends up happening is that I was broken. I had already lost my mom. Then I lost the niece first, then my mom second, then I the third, and it's like, okay, loving women, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can love anymore because I'm just pissed because I don't expect women to die on me. I expect them to live to 80 years old. My grandfather lived to 100 and what was it? At least 103. So why is he living long and did not? And of course, there's a lot of answers to that question. I don't have all the answers to that question. So, but it's her daughter, beautiful. Her name is Sheena, like the TV show He-Man. If you ever study He-Man, there's a character called Sheena, and she was the equal to He-Man. She was a sister of He-Man, and He-Man was the master of the universe. If you ever studied commercials in the '80s, we had the best. He-Man is the master of the universe. Yeah, I am the power. Well, we say that. I say that so many times. I got the power. I got the power. I don't know. Millions of us kids love that stuff. And to this day, kids today like, I have the power. I have the power. She man, da 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 da. And so shout out to you, man. And so she does a mother, but she's going through the same tragedy her mom went through, as we said earlier, Deuteronomy 28. She's not really saved because her mama wasn't really a devout Christian. So that means she's a typical Puerto Rican Vietnamese studying all kinds of Asian philosophies plus so-called American philosophies. So that means I don't know what she don't know what she is. Pretty much probably just a human being, but I'm a Christian. And so she knows I'm a Christian. I talk about Jesus all the time on Facebook. I put it out there so much that you know. I mean, I just changed my ministry name and it's I'm available now. And I've gotten 10 years of posting stuff on Facebook. I really got 20 years. I started posting in 2005 and it's like 2025. So I've got 20 years of life on Facebook. I really, I really didn't stop posting until 2000 and roughly, hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right. Mm, yes. Good. Love that. That's what I want. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. I feel fight this one one at a time. All right. Oh, what did you do? Shh. Bro. Come on, man. Sorry. Bro. Come on. Don't be stupid. Gotta click. Come on, frankincense. Yeah, frankincense attacking that fungus on my face. Ooh, I'm gonna use that. I feel it burning. It's good. Good, Frank. Yeah. Kill that fungus, frankincense. Yeah, put glass on. Sit down. There we go. Mm, sorry. All right. So what I was just going to say was this. Yeah. So um, I'll read us down with Jackson will Stone take, and I promise you, you know what they're talking about right now? They're talking about you, about me. Yeah. As I said, right now, I'll read us is down there with Stone take. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on, Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill, Painter's Mill. You all right? Okay, man. Well, hold on a second. Got something for you, bro. Merry Christmas. Yeah. How you doing today, man? All right. Okay. Yeah, boss. Yeah, man. Always, man. Always for you, dog. Yeah, gotta take care of my boy now. Paying his meal, bro. Paying his meal. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, man, I like those. Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you later, brother. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, bro. Merry Christmas. Yeah. So overall, I was just sitting there just thinking about. Oh, that's so good. I was just thinking about you know, how she treated me and stuff, and I had to say, God, I'm gonna have to love on her a little bit. I'm gonna have to do some things, just love on her a little bit. So I'm gonna go see her. I'm gonna go see her and say, Auntie, I love you. Yada yada yada. She's gonna be like, I love you too, baby. So, but I told her, I said, well, I told it was a cloudy. Oh, it's cloudy today. Ah, it's cloudy. Okay, today's cloudy. It's a rainy day. I told yours truly about Miss Jasmine. I didn't tell her that Jasmine's pregnant. I kept that quiet. I did not say nothing about that. Right? So I told Jasmine, I said, Jasmine, I didn't tell Auntie that you were pregnant because that's you told me not to tell her. I said, you said you were going to tell her that. So do you tell her? Because I need you to tell her so I can enjoy and celebrate with you. Because if you don't tell her, I can't say nothing, right? Because I mean, I'm gonna talk about you pregnant. If you can't even tell them that you're pregnant, and this is what 5 months. She at 5 months, she starts showing right now. So let me do this real quick. 1 second. So basically, look at my hair. I think that everybody's told her. I have called her and said Merry Christmas. She sent me a little text saying Merry Christmas. She wouldn't like call me because her husband or boyfriend is scared. He's scared because I've called his behind out for being a sorry doggone boyfriend. Going to kick her out the car and make her walk home. This girl pregnant. You're gonna have your pregnant girlfriend walk a mile home because you mad at her. Wow, kick your mother sucking ass. I mean, this girl pregnant. Are you feeling me? She pregnant. You don't. I mean, come on. And he's got 2 kids from two other women. So he got 3 kids, 3 different women, and he treating your latest child mother while she has the baby in her belly like that. What are you telling me? Talk to me something. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. You can't walk away out of that one. You messed up, boss. You can't walk away out of that. So he won't talk. He tried to send me a text on Facebook. He tried to say, "Hey man, da 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 da." I said, "Dude, this Jasmine told me that you had made her get out your car and walk a mile home." I said, "This girl pregnant with your kid, and you're gonna make this person walk home? Are you serious? Come on, this don't make any sense. This don't make any sense, you know?" So God knows. God knows. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. But I'm angry, man. I'm pissed because I righteous anger. Righteous anger. I mean, I get it. Shay, my ex-girlfriend, got me pissed too. We used to have all kind of, silent treatment. Women get mad. They want to do that silent treatment on you and stuff. I've had that. I've had a lot of silent treatment. But even if you have a silent treatment, that don't mean nothing. You still gonna talk tomorrow. But to be kicked out the car, to be told to walk home. I said, Jasmine, why did you get out the car? She's like, well, I didn't want to do something. I said, what you mean you didn't want to do something? So I didn't want to do something. I said, Jasmine, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. Your doctor already told you that you need to be careful with that blood pressure because it's a mother that has, black mothers, we have high blood pressure problems. And our black mothers can have birth defects and these kids can have birth defects. You feel me? So it's no joke. You know what I'm saying? It's no joke. It's no joke at all, man. It's no joke. So fortunately, my mama had me. I only had one birth defect, but my brother had 2 birth defects. You know what I'm saying? So it's like black women, they gotta take care of their body, man. There's gonna be birth defects. Okay? appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a rainy day today. It was beautiful yesterday and the day before that. I think today is Saturday, so we kind of have the rainy Saturday, football Saturday. I think today should be a football game. Hold on one second. Oh, there's what's up, brother? How you doing? What's going on with you? Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Salute to you, yes, sir. It's good to see you, sir. Yes, sir. Glad you woke up this morning, bro. Yeah. So, mhm. Yeah. So basically, just right now, I'm getting up, ready to call, get online, get on the call, pastor, see what's up with him. Looks like it's Saturday, so shouldn't have nothing going down. Yeah, I helped Miss Cadet yesterday. Come to find out, she speaks really good French, man. I'm learning my French, bro. I'm like really working hard on my languages, right? And so she had an issue with her phone, a little simple issue, wasn't none. And I said, let me help you, you know, and I'm gonna help you, you know. I started, mm. And so she said basically that we were talking, and so I was really blessed. I'm blessed, yeah, I'm very blessed, mm, very blessed. So I'm just really grateful. Let me get my seat. Uh, oh, and so overall, I'm going to get over here and get on this computer, and then I'm going to start it. Got a lot of reading to do, so let me get started. I got up early, so I got all my personal hygiene done. And I'm just now ready to start reading. So let me sit here and start reading. Put on me some music real quick. Get on some jams. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Ah, Gigi. How she say that? Gigi. Hmm. Okay, I probably said, hold up. She said, this is what she said. She said.